create a floor underneath each of the price steps. So that is happening live right now. The weekend has seen some activity. A lot of the hangover sell orders have been bought up inside Coinsbit, and that's a consequence of sentiment, and that's a consequence of people who probably don't even realize half the things Terry's been talking about over the past hour. They're coming in to see a coin on the rise, and that's now the result is what we've seen. Now, what we have to help the community understand is what you don't do when the market's open again this week is we don't go in and just start selling out. There's a process whereby we need to just ratchet the floor of the price market up towards September, when we'll have more definitive foundation underneath what this project represents. And if you don't understand what the project represents, then you need to work harder. You need to understand that it's an absolute privilege to be able to mint coins into existence in blockchain, in Web 3.0, to be able to use that as yield, do the mathematics, figure out what that needs to be in terms of your minter capacity, create literally the farm. Sorry, I've been driving out to the gorgeous north coast of England today. I've passed lots and lots and lots of cornfields. It's the middle of July here in the UK, and the corn is maybe halfway grown. There's not one farmer cutting down his cornfields today. They're going to wait until September. You have to build your farm to optimize the yield, to create the cash flows that you then may choose to liquidate in the future. What you don't do is go selling out your assets. You don't go cutting your field down before your yield has been optimized. And we're being given a great piece of fertilizer here. We're being given a huge amount of extra land, more sunshine, more ability to grow a bigger field individually. And our job is to respect that and support that, not to chop down the field in every given chance because we need to feed ourselves tomorrow. You need a strategy. You need to overlay that. So from my side, Terry, I just wanted to get that shared from my point of view. I feel very passionately about helping people, as you know, in this space, because we've been at this now for nearly a decade, you and I, and we've seen lots and lots of success, but we've also seen lots of things that have not gone right because people have not been educated. Great. So I have got a couple of people with me, Terry, and I'd be keen to bring them on. They are professional coaches. They work alongside myself, have done for many years, and maybe they can have an input as well, because what those guys have got with experience is very, very valuable. So it's entirely up to you, Terry, but they are in the wings waiting.
I would be delighted if your team could screen share, come on and give a market analysis, as I know they professionally do, in relation to where we are with the coin at the moment. Is that okay, Sean?
That's fine. I mean, we don't want to put them under huge amounts of pressure. I mean, it's Alex's job to run the corporate side of things, everybody. But what we do as professional blockchain educators and professional affiliates inside this particular project is we do analyze, we do run a very deep workshop level interface with our community, and Terry and I are looking at expanding that and growing it, because there's no other way actually that Alex can pull off what he's given us here unless we all row in the same sequence in the boat. So maybe what we can do, Lee, are you out there, buddy? Because I know you break this down even better than I do in terms of explaining some of the intricacies going on here, and just try and help the community. Are you out there, Lee?
Yeah, absolutely. I can do that.
Thanks, buddy.
Thanks, Terry and Annika, for allowing me to do what I think was is necessary, actually, because I have my own team and I work closely with people in our academy. I've spoken with many of you, actually. I recognise some names that I've met before when I came down to Wembley in a game in Birmingham with Terry and Annika, and it was really great to see so many people on board. But what we seem to continually encounter is a fundamental lack of education, because people do see this shiny stuff and they're drawn towards it. And I don't blame them, because when you see something that has a return rate that's 50% or so, naturally you're going to want to get involved in it. But I think a consequence is that many people are getting involved and they're not quite understanding maybe why things are happening. And we see these kind of sporadic prices. And you guys will know it yourself. If you built a team or you've got anyone underneath you, you've probably had the dreaded message, what's going on with the price? I thought this was, and you would have had it because I've had it numerous times. So what I'll do is I'll share my screen with you. We'll have a chat through what's going on, and hopefully this makes some sense as to what's going on, so you can then relay that to other people, maybe get a bit of peace of mind. Let's hope we can do that. Give me a shout, please, or a thumbs up if you can see my screen when it's on there. Cool. Okay. So we're on Coinsbit. Coinsbit is the preferred exchange. It's been the one that Alex has really stepped into the most since this project's launched. There's well over 10 different exchanges, but this seems to be the go-to one. What we can see on here, and guys, I'll tell you right now, I'm not a trader at all. It's far too time consuming for me. I've got better things to be doing than staring at charts all day. It's just not me, all right? But I think we can all appreciate that this looks like a bit of a pattern, and it screams pattern to me. So you can see a sharp red, where a lot of people that are involved in more tokens on things like the Binance Smart Chain will go, oh, is this a rug pull? That's what they would be thinking. Then we see some buying action, and we see it again and again. So for those of you that have not been plugged in, I'll give you a quick backdate of what's been going on. So you may or may not be aware, and Terry did tell you, that coins were stolen from people. And I'd like all of you to do a little experiment on your phone in a minute and go on to Telegram and type in the search box, Platin Defender, and have a look at what comes up, because there should only be one. And that's the official two-factor authentication. It's another way of making sure that you get involved. When you sign into your account, it's you, just like Google Authenticator. What's your pet's name or all this stuff? This is Telegram's version of that. And I can tell you now, to save you the trouble, there's more than one. And spot the difference. One of them is called Platin Defender bot, and one of them is called Platins Defender with an S. Almost the same profile picture, same everything. And what's been happening is, as I said at the beginning, is people have rushed into something they didn't truly understand. And again, I'm not giving them a hard time because I completely get it. And they're receiving these messages. And bear in mind, some of these people probably, they've never been involved in this before. They may have only just downloaded Telegram. So they're not aware of this. They haven't locked down their account properly, and they need to. And they're receiving messages from people. And the message may go something like this: 617284. And they go, what on earth is that? I haven't, Platin Defender, what's he messaging me for? I haven't logged in. Did you request this? Yes or no? No, I didn't request that. You now need to verify your account to make sure that, please enter your private keys so that we can verify your account. It sounds ludicrous, and you think to yourself, why on earth are people falling for this? Well, they are. 10,000 PLCU coins were stolen at a value of over $12 million. That's a huge impact. Alex has vowed to work with those people. I've never seen it before in the blockchain in this space, never seen it. And I think I think he should be commended for that. And he's taken immediate action. And immediate action looks like this: move away from Platin Bot and go over to Google Authenticator, and also shut down some of the exchanges that are not Coinsbit so that we can lock away these coins so that people can't sell them on, and work with the people that have been scammed. I think that's very noble of him. You would be absolutely blown away by how many people don't secure their assets. And I'll go onto the chart. I know I'm waffling here, but we'll go onto the chart in a minute, but this is just so important. So it's really not very difficult for a scammer, far easier for them to scam you by hacking your Google account or your iCloud than it is for them to get into your wallet. How many people have a pet? Your pet might be called, I don't know, Axel 123 exclamation mark. Is that your password? I may have guessed your password, I don't know. All of these nonsense things that people share. What was your favorite school? Who was your first teacher? All of it. And people answer these questions, and it's just a way for hackers to get hold of your private information, and they can have to be very, very careful. Shut down some of the exchanges, and right, what he's done, and rightly so, is he's limited the hours of operation for Coinsbit. And I believe in UK time, I don't know where you are in the world, so let's go UTC, Universal Time. 0500 was the opening time of the exchange to 1300, that's 1 p.m. UTC, and that's when the hours of operation for sell orders in Coinsbit. So you weren't able to operate in between that. You couldn't sell your PLCU outside of those hours. And it really has done wonders for the price because we've seen some positive action on there. So that's great. But look at what's happening. Remember the time I said in your head, I'm in the UK, so that 5 a.m. is 6 a.m. Let's have a look at this. See this bar here? Hopefully you can see right down here, it gives you the timing. See this big drop? We're talking around 5 o'clock in the morning. And next drop, this one over here, 6 o'clock in the morning, 6 o'clock in the morning, 6 o'clock in the morning, 6 o'clock in the morning. Why is that happening? It's because no one could sell up until that point. So they were setting themselves a limit order. They were going, I want to sell this. When the exchange opens, I want to sell it. And it will go to bed, they'll wake up, and then they're able to sell because the computer does it for them. You've set a limit order. It's all automatically going to sell. And then people follow suit because we're that kind of sheep mentality where they'll see the red of all of these coin orders have just filled and suddenly the price drops. And what do people that know what they're doing and believe in this project do? They go, ha, 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 thank you. I'm going to buy all that up again. And then we see it go back up and the process repeats and repeats. So scrolling forward, having a look over here, what are we seeing? We've seen a nice rally here. That price doesn't seem to be, there we go. All the way up. We're not seeing any sell orders. It's all green. It's because everyone can only spy at the moment up until tomorrow. No one's able to sell their PLCU at the moment because Alex is doing that nice thing where he's going to give everyone back a higher farm capacity. So they need to do some upgrades while that happens, preserve some PLCU liquidity and whatnot. So that's what's happening. So the price has climbed quite dramatically. Now, I don't have a crystal ball, but if I did, I would say that by the time this opens tomorrow, we'll probably see the price go back down again because we can already see on here, this is the limit order book. We can see what people are doing. And there's some big prices in there. Look at this one, 7,000. I mean, there were some bigger ones than this, all the way up here, $23,000 worth of sale coming in. If we look over here at the volume, only 396,000. That's a dramatic impact. That will do some damage. So the price will drop a bit. And hopefully we all believe enough in this to see the drop and then buy it back up again, because it's up to us now to preserve the value of this coin. Because if we do just do what everyone else is going to do, and we see that price, that we can set a nice order at 19,000, and then we just crash the price, all it's going to do is spook other people that haven't heard this call. They're going to see what the chart again, and they're going to go, oh no, it's happening again, because they don't plug in and they're not educated enough. So that's really what's happening, guys. Hopefully that shed a little bit of light on what on earth is going on out there. I know if Pete's on the call, Pete and I do a fantastic call twice a week. Pete is an ex-professional cricketer. He's fantastic at this. He reads these charts even better than I do. And if he's available, I'd love Pete to interject and add a little bit more meat on the bone, if that's all right.
That's perfect. Pete, are you there, mate?
I think Pete was dropping out all the time. I think he has a bad connection. I can't see him on.
Okay, if he comes back in, great. Lee, that was an amazing explanation. And I'm hoping people are getting the bigger picture that what Alex is doing is not destroying the market. He's actually helping the market, which is reflected in the current price. And at the same time, in the background, the reason the exchange is closed is because he's working on the security protocols on the blockchain so that people who did lose their farms are going to have the ability to block them and therefore be able to bring back coins from the future minting. And of course, he's adjusting the max load in all the farms. We talked about him going back down to 10,000, which is going to give you guys more space in your farms. It could be 4x, 6x in your farms. Amazing. That is a giant offering from Alex. And if you guys, some of you, I'm sure most of you guys are on this call, are with us. I'm sure you are. But those outside the call, if they're not getting this, please get the message out to people. What Alex is doing and the way that he's engineering the whole coin at the moment to make it work better is ingenious. And no, I don't know any other company would take these steps and do what he's doing. So you guys should be very confident that we've got a great business going forward. And on the 1st of September, what will happen, and this is why we're moving fast. Why is he doing things so fast? Why is he going? Because on the 1st of September, the minting farms of PLCU Ultimate will stop. And then the idea is that we need to clean up our coin this way we're doing it now, so that we can get onto the tier 1 exchanges. And we've already been accepted onto 2 of them on condition that we do what we are doing right now. So we're hoping that by the end of the year, we will be on those tier 1s, and the price is already showing where it can go to. People are willing to buy our coin at 20,000 and above. We know that. You can see it in the market now. So we know where the true value is. It's where it is now and higher. And it's your asset, guys, your asset. You determine the value. Don't throw it away. You heard what Sean said. It's like growing your crops. Do you cut them when they're only half grown? Does a farmer go and cut them when they're half grown and get rid of them? No, he waits for it to mature. Of course, there'll be people that need to monetize a degree of the coin for whatever reason. We get that. You need to liquidate. You can liquidate on the MasterCard. You can liquidate peer-to-peer. You heard Alex say the other day, 70% of the market on sales of coin is taking place off the market, peer-to-peer, where people are selling to their own communities, the market price being the guide price. So although you might see the volume on there, you might think the volume isn't high. Well, there's a lot of sales taking place off the market. So, you know, we've got to work with the company. They're doing their best to make it happen. When the market reopens tomorrow, please get the message out there. Don't go throwing your asset away, because you've been many people, the system, and I talk about the system creates a mindset whereby you think if something's going down, you have to offload it. That mindset has been taught by the elite and the wealthy, because as Warren Buffett says, when people get greedy, get fearful. When people get fearful, when they start panicking, get greedy. That's the secret of making money. He says that is the secret of getting wealthy. Scare the people, make them offload their assets and buy them up cheap. That's what he's saying. And people keep falling for it. I'm asking you to stop falling for it. Hold your asset. Only liquidate what you need to. Look at other ways of liquidating the coin, and don't just drop it all on the market. The control factors of the stolen coins is now they're going to start bringing in the measures to stop those stolen coins coming. It's not going to happen overnight. They will still come on the market, but it's being worked on. What we have to do is work with Alex. He's a champion in this business. He's got big vision. #1 coin in the world, #1 network marketing company ever in the world, totally dominating. He's talking about having a platform that will be bigger than Coinbase, a platform that will be bigger than the coin market cap, a coin that will be the #1 coin in the world. Listen to his words. He's giving you a big clue as where he's going with a 100 million community. And he won't stop. He will never stop. He has one plan, plan A. That's his plan, and it will happen. And we're with him 100%. And I know many of the leaders on this call are with him 100%. So are there any questions we need to cover off at the moment, Annika, in the chat?